What's up, Fire fam? My name is Kiahonfire, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today I'm doing an Age of Calamitous guide on which faction you should pick. Now, I always have trouble knowing which faction I want to pick, so I imagine there's a few people that can relate out there, and I want to help kind of nail down that process where it should be a little bit easier to pick what you want. I hope, anyway. Now, in this version of the game, on the current mod state, there is 6 total factions you could choose, not including sub-factions. Because, of course, once you pick a faction, you get a choice of 2 sub-factions currently in the game. But I'm going to help you pick an original of the 6. So when you start, you'll usually need to pick one of these 6. And it's usually a good idea to do so because they give you a gear set as well once you pick them. So I guess I'll start with explaining what Stormhold is about. Stormhold is a strong, powerful, prosperous kingdom with many allies and a monarchy. And what you're going to start off is with something like this. This is an idea of the sets you're going to get with Stormhold and all of that good stuff. So all of the items you can get, a few of the weapons, some outfits are in there as well. So let's have a look, shall we? So this is one of the ones you'll learn when you immediately take in the token. You'll be able to craft most of these things that are flying around here. And you can get better qualities as well. So we have the armor set there, the weapon, the shield. Shield's really good actually. Some storage containers, contractors, thrones, fireplace, etc. And then you have the building sets as well in the background. So with all the sets I'm going to show off today, the tiers are going to go from lowest on the left to highest on the right. And that's the building sets you'll get once you learn a faction. Another thing to look about is when you get your faction, you're going to have to go to the religion tab to check it out. And you got a mixture of things, so you're immediately going to get all of this at, you see, level 3. You'll be able to craft any of these items in here. And then you can see there's absolutely loads of them, and some harvesting tools as well, which is also very handy. And then if you were to go on, a nice thing about Stormhold as well, as it has like lots of different coloured roofing, unlike the others. This is the only faction that has coloured roofing that ranges this far and this vast. So you have all of that, and then all the oak tier that you can build in. Of course, your outfits, like I've shown on those characters. And then you have your marble, and that will be more marble, and that will be T4 marble. And of course, you can upgrade all of this gear to really high amounts too. Also comes with a couple of sub-factions, so we have our North Watch and Path of Justice, so you can see with the different ones, you get saddles, tridents, pets, different pets, plating, all sorts in this one, even panties, yes. And then you have Anor here, and you have some more weapons, and different furnaces, spawns, different blades, armors, and all sorts. So that sums up Stormhold a bit, and hopefully that will help you out picking a little bit. Now let's head over to our next faction, which is the Cold Embrace, a secretive hardy organization. So with the Cold Embrace you get kind of item sets look like this. It's very dark with a bit of white in it, so here we go. Fits in with their mysterious demeanor as well. You got a few fountains, orbs of power, statues, thrones. There's the gear set. You can use magic in this as one because they got staves. And you can also have a set of daggers, lots of different things. It's one of the nicer looking sets, I would say. I really do quite like the Cold Embrace, especially the tile set that you're given, because you have a different contrast from the dark to the white. All very good. And when we look into the Cold Embrace a little bit more, you can check out all the items that they have on the right hand side. So you got thrones, dyes, decorations, all sorts, torches you can use, all of that nice stuff. And then later on you'll be able to build with, of course, the Scourge is what you're going to start with, so that just dark stuff there. Then you'll be able to use the Chronix kind of stuff higher up the tiers. And of course you can make your items as well. So you see you can have a scepter here as well to build stuff. You've got daggers. And your 2 sub-factions as well will have things. So you have a Shadow Trebuchet you can make, a special blade, special armor, Frosthound, and then all of these craftables. Even a special horse you can get with this one. Same with the Sanguis. Sorry if I'm pronouncing any of the names wrong, I'm bound to. But you get special arrows and a bow on this one, horses, stars, cauldrons, all sorts. A lot of factions will have different crafting stations, which is more useful than others in some cases. But we'll get around to that when I go towards that kind of faction. Now let's check out our next faction, the Order of Felgarth, aka the place where scholars set to protect the remnants of history. Okay, so Felgarth, let's have a look at this one. This is our wizardy kind of another magic faction we have here. You got orbs, beds, tables, chairs, you know, all of that good stuff. Barrels, quite a lot of storage options on this one, which is quite nice. So if you like wisdomy things, eagle, or stuff like that, this is them. And then they have a nice staff there, some scrolls, weapons, and their armor on display right there, so you can kind of check it out. I do have the books floating on the wardrobe. I didn't know where to place them, so I just put them there, so lol. And when we look a little bit more into them, they have lots of different items as well that you can go ahead and enjoy. Lots of orbs. Those orbs you have to be careful with sometimes because they overload you with magic and it's pretty crazy. But you have all of that good stuff, and then we also have, of course, you got all this magic-y stuff here, conjure stuff. You got items. Of course, you got your staff again, so that will help with the magic. And you have, of course, all your mason stuff. So the slate here, I really enjoy the building parts on this one. They actually look really, really nice. And of course, you have your 2 sub-factions as well that you have to choose one of. So you got some nice pets in there, items, armors, and staffs. And then different items in the other one, of course. So you got different shields, pets, etc. Now we're going to check out the Vanghoul clans. So this is war-hardened outcasts of the elves that measure worth in bloodshed. So if you like that kind of style, warlord kind of thing, this is definitely a good one for that. So Vanghoul are actually a really useful faction, I find, because they have something called the Forge of Caldora in one of the sub-factions. I'll show you which one that is in a little bit. But they have a lot of useful things in this one, so I do quite like it. You got compost, you got taming, animal taming pen, so that's the wolf pen back there. Wolf pets, you have the armor and some of the weapons here as well. War horns. There's a lot of different items that's really cool. Even this drying shack here, it works as a dryer. Really nice. Cages, all sorts. It's quite enlarged stuff as well. Even that rhino in the back with the lava pool is included. We'll dive a little bit further into the Vanghoul clan as well. You can see you get all of these items as well. So you can have your decorations, all of that good stuff, items, all of that nice goodies. And then of course you get your beast gear, and you get a nice dual wield axe in there too. And of course you got all of your building in there as well. You use granite for this, and I think it was pine. Yeah, pine's quite nice of a material as well. Then you have your 2 sub-factions, so you got some really good strong gear here. So you got some bonus accuracy in the Bloodhawks. You got pets there, masks of course, and all of this. And then you have the Forsaken Vanguard, where you got some corpses, very fitting for the Vanghoul. And then a Forge of the Caldora is the one that I'm looking for if I'm going to join this one, if I'm honest, because Forsaken Vanguard, that's where you get a really nice forge. It's basically like the Volcano Forge, which means if you have anything that requires lots of volcano craft or anything like that, then you can build that, and that's really nice. But if you don't need it, then you'd probably go with the other one. And next we have the Elven Covenant, a major and wealthy elven faction set to restore the balance in the natural world. So the Elven Covenant is a pretty big faction. There's a lot of things and items in this one that I do quite like. You get quite a lot of decor, probably one of the ones with more of the decor than others. You know, you have lots of ornate items. You even have to jump over so many, some pets, statues, etc. This actually works as a well, if I remember right, because I could get water from it. So let me just... Moon bowl. Yeah, you could drink from the moon bowl, which is always nice. You got different models, horns. You got some of the armor there with the weapons. It's a very useful faction as well. I'd say it's a really good one if you're starting out, or at least definitely 100% if you have lots of clan members. At least have someone in this faction. There's very useful items in this one, such as the Astral Water Skin. Carries 50 water, cools you down. It's a really, really good water skin. Pretty OP, not gonna lie. And then you got some harvesting tools as well. So it's really, really good for that one. A very solid faction, if I do say so myself. Diving into the inventory a little bit, you got that tiny little box, the water skin like I talked about earlier, some extra stuff. All factions, by the way, come with a special Wheel of Pain. It doesn't say Wheel of Pain on it, so you will need to check them out. But lots of nice stuff here, and then you got their special armor as well, and weapons, so katana, bow, spear. When you first join a faction, you'll probably get this exact loot table minus the pants, so... And then, of course, you have the anthracite. I think I got it right. That kind of rhymed. You got the building parts anyway. Let's stop being silly. And of course, you got your white oak. You might notice on some of these factions they have the same building parts. Well, some of them actually do, so you will need to keep an eye out for that. But either or, is a pretty solid faction. And then you'll have your extras, so your sub-factions, Shadowrun, Dominion, probably said that really wrong as well. You got your Night Ranger sets, and you got, of course, your little pets, all sorts. There's a nice utility on this one that allows you to have like night vision and underwater breathing. I think that's what that one was. Of course, you got some arrows in there too, and some nice enchantments. And then we have the Silver Coven, so you can have a look at the banners here. You got some arrows. This one's really good as well because the Crescent Shrine is basically the Frost Forge. So if you have a mod that uses the Frost Forge a lot, then this is absolutely fabulous to have. Saves so much time on walking over there. And then you just have the armor as well in here. So really nice solid faction. And last and least, we have the Order of Elvanor, the home for mages, a pillar of magical order. Like I said, with the same walls kind of thing on the other one, the Elven Covenant, this one very much so has the same kind of walls as the Elven Covenant, but you have different items, of course, and a very purpley blue theme. So these have they're very dragon themed. You got massive dragon sculptures, skulls, wizards, etc. They're another magic kind of theme on this one. That's actually a big storage container, so that's pretty cool. Wardrobes, you got some item sets there too. Very regal kind of magic based. Let's check them out, see what they got. They got a lot of items. They even have a nice torch you can have that has a lot of durability, so that's always lovely. And then you got some nice elegant crafting stations. And these are runes, by the way. They're basically just decoration. They don't do nothing much more. Then you have, of course, your items. So you'll get your gear set. You'll end up getting a T1 Law Staff, Reapers, and you'll get the armor set when you join, of course. And then, of course, you got other things on the way. Some more magic. Mystical Healing Potion is actually really useful on this one. I do quite like it. This faction for that stuff. Really OP healing. Really nice. Of course, you got your marble and all sorts like you had before. Then you have your sub-factions, so you have the Arcanium Order. I hope I'm saying that right. You got a Lynx pair, all sorts, nice decoration, your armor set and some enchantments. And then you got Revelation, where you get a nice big statue, Panther Familiar, Drake, so Dragon Pet if you really want some armor and some weapons. Really nice stuff here. If you're still not sure what takes your fancy, I can give you some recommendations that might help you out a little bit on what you want to choose. Now, if you want something easy to ease you into Age of Calamitous factions, I'm going to choose Stormhold. This is actually a really good one to start off with because it doesn't have any magic. It sounds bad, but magic can be a little bit confusing to learn, and this doesn't have it, so it makes it a lot easier to kind of understand what it has in it to offer. So it might be good for you to start off on this one. Also, it has a lot of containers and nice items in this one as well. You don't have any of that confusing magic in the way, so could be a good one to start off with. Let's say you're not looking for easy use, perhaps you're looking for utility. I have a couple I can recommend on utility. Vanghoul is really good on utility because you get a lot of different crafting stations in this one, which I really do like. And of course that Forge of Caldora is also really good, so I can definitely recommend Vanghoul for those kind of things. Another one really good for utility is the Elven Covenant. Of course, you get that Frost Forge, you get the water skin, which is really helpful all the way from beginning game to end game. And you got all of this lovely decoration as well, and other items that can help you out, of course. And if you're simply looking for magic, you're going to need Elvanor, the Elven Covenant, or the Cold Embrace, or the Order of Felgarth to do the magics. So if you want anything magical, those are some good ones to do to be able to achieve what you want within that. So those are the magical ones. The other ones are less magically. So definitely do the, Felgarth, Elven, Cold Embrace, or the Elvanor faction if you want those things. Now, if you're asking me what my favourite one is, it's really, really hard to choose, to be honest, because I like them all for different reasons. So I can't exactly give you an answer on that one, although I do quite favourably like the Cold Embrace, just for the style of it, really. If I'm picking for anything, that and some of the weapons and sub-factions are pretty cool. However, it's not as useful in utility as the, the Vanghoul or the Elven Covenant would be. So if I was going to choose a second, the Vanghoul would probably be a close second, because that stuff is all fun too. Anyways, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!